are very easy. Again, very few ingredients. You can purchase mixes in the stores. Cafe Du Monde sells it worldwide. If you don't enter it, you can find it anywhere. But I think they also carry it here in Tulsa in several places. The ingredients are shortening, yeast, salt, eggs, sugar, flour, evaporated milk. So there's not much to it. And this particular recipe is simple when you put it together. You can make it ahead of time, put it in the refrigerator, leave it for later. You don't have to wait for it to rise, beat on it, and put it back, and wait for it to rise again. Once you're done putting it together, it's done. And you refrigerate it, and I bring it out, and it's a little hard to work with when it's cold. Let it sit out for just a few minutes, warm up a little bit, and just flour it good so you can roll it out.
Okay, we are going to post video of the last part of this process, from the rolling out to the frying of the beignets, at okfoodie.com, so you can go check it out as Jim Walker does that. So you have about a 12-inch circle, between a quarter and a half inch thick on the board here. You've got flour on it, and flour on the board as well, and you're just rolling it out. Roll it out a little bit, and turn it about a quarter of a turn?
Well, I'm just trying to get it as even as I can. I'm not very even. But about a quarter inch. And then we'll start cutting it. And I just do it, depends on what size your table is. If I had a bigger table, I'd roll out a bigger one. It's just one of the things that I always laughed at my wife. She became a very good cook. She didn't come to me that way.
She's not here to defend herself, Jim.
She'll hear it on the radio.
Yes.
I'm not taking the rolling pin home. But she did. She became an excellent cook. But one of the things I always got tickled at, people tend to follow things that their parents have done. And we got married, and I like orange juice, so I buy the frozen orange juice, get it ready to make, and I like it cold. So I put the frozen orange juice in a container, mix it up, and drink. My wife would get the orange juice out the night before and put it on the counter and let it sit there. Next morning, she'd make it. Ask her, I said, why do you do that? Well, she said, my mother always did it. And I said, well, there has to be a reason. She says, well, I know, my mother always did it. So I called her. I called her mother. I said, why? She said, well, the orange juice container that I used, the neck was too small, the frozen orange juice wouldn't fit it. Here's the Italian contribution to beignets. The Italians and the French got together.
You have a pizza cutter.
A pizza cutter is simple. I just cut them whatever size I want. And typically you go down to Cafe Du Monde, they'll come in a rectangular shape. I don't care. Just you fry them up there, fine. So whatever shape you want to put them in, whatever size you want them, just roll them out about a quarter inch. Start cutting. And then the one thing you do want to do is puncture the dough. So before you fry them, just pop them a little bit.
Otherwise what?
Blow up.
Okay.
Good to know.
I did not know that.
Cooking with MacGyver.
So then, get your oil about 350 degrees, and once you roll them out, they're very simple. Just drop them in and let them start cooking. They don't take long. They'll start to float. Oops, I'm sorry, Dan. They'll start to float, and then just wait a few seconds and hit them with a spoon, turn them over. When they're ready, when you hit them, they'll just flop right over. And the only thing left is to put a lot of powdered sugar on them. Now in the spring, when strawberries are in season, I really like these because I'll take strawberries and put with them. And sometimes I'll make a little strawberry puree or something to pour over them. And if I feel really energetic, which doesn't happen often, baking, I'll stuff them. And you can put cheese on them, you can put any kind of cheese. You can put the strawberry purees. I like blueberries. I'll put blueberries on sometimes too. And then just put your powdered sugar on it. They're very good.
Leave that oil a little warmer or is it quick?
That's probably a little. Turn it up a little bit. But again, it's another item that doesn't take real long to make, and especially if you have kids still in the house, you make these and put the powdered sugar on them and turn them loose with them. They will make a huge mess.
Yes.
but they love them.
I don't think it's possible to eat beignets with all that powdered sugar on them without even a grown-up making a mess. That's part of the fun of eating.
If you've gone to Cafe Du Monde, you get in Jackson Square and you get a block from Cafe Du Monde, you can smell the powdered sugar.
Yeah.
You know you're getting close. So, you know, and they can't be beat. They're really good. And it's a very simple little dessert, inexpensive, easy to do, and the kids love them. And you can let the kids roll them out and play with them. You know, they're not going to hurt anything. They just make a little mess and just got to clean it up. Just don't give them too much sugar.
You're listening to OK Movie on AM 740 and FM 102.3 Newstalk KRFG. I'm Dan Potter with chef and owner Jim Logan of Chicory and Chives. The beignets that you have in the oil right now, you've been flipping them as we've been talking, and they're browning up. How brown? When do you know that they're done? I mean, they're floating already.
Once they're floating like this, they're done. I like to brown them just a little bit. It's just, again, it's a personal thing. They're done. They're done all the way through. They're ready to eat.
This is basically a donut, isn't it?
That's all it is. Yes, it's just a fried donut. There's nothing fancy about it, but they are so good.
But something about them at 2, 3 in the morning after a night on Bourbon Street, better than your average donut, I'll tell you. All right.
And they're even better when somebody else makes them for you.
A basket of them out on the counter now, bringing them on paper towels. And these are one of those foods that you gotta eat them when they're warm.
They do not travel well. Don't expect to order them to go